Dog Dish with our animal advocate, Meagan Gibson. Great to have you on with us.
Yeah, thank you.
So, you know, it's hot. Okay, we've had a little rain, but it is still really, really hot,
Yeah.
depending, and I know in the valley it's even worse than it is up here. The humidity's
Triple digits.
I know, so we
Terrible.
complain. However, our dogs can have really special problems now. What can happen with our dogs in this heat?
Yeah, well, it can singe their pads on their paws. So we really want to be sure that we look at what's going on with our doggies if we're going to try to take them out on walks, especially in the heat. So there are a lot of things to consider.
Okay, wait. We're talking hot dog feet?
Hot dog feet.
Hot dog feet. All right,
Yeah.
we're not talking food.
Yeah.
We're talking hot dog feet. Poor little things. We don't think about it. We wear shoes.
We do.
Out there. And sometimes if you don't, you're running across the sidewalk. Ow, ow, ow. Dogs deal with this all the time.
They do, and a lot of times people have good intentions. They want to make sure that they exert their energy, so they want to try to take them to the dog park. We want to take them on long walks, but too many times I'll see people out with their dogs, and that sidewalk is extremely hot, and the asphalt is extremely hot, and dogs, they don't pant. I mean, they don't sweat, so they actually pant, and they're going to breathe through the pads on their feet, and that also regulates their body temperature. So we want to look at really what the surfaces are doing to the pads of their feet when we have them out there on walks.
Okay, so how do we know? How do we know that those sidewalks and pavements are hot?
Well, we should know by touching them, and that's a test that we really should do before we take our doggies out. But if you're not going to do that, if you want to really look into it, you need to get one of these fabulous things. This is actually an infrared thermometer, and what this does is this will actually give you an accurate reading of what's actually happening temperature-wise on the surfaces on the pavement.
You did that?
I did do that, yeah.
What'd you find?
I found it's extremely hot. It's really, really dangerous. When I'm out there, I wanted to shoot the ground. So I went ahead and walked over to the sidewalk, and then I went over into the shaded area, and then I walked out onto the asphalt. And consistently, it was between about 140 to 155 degrees.
Yeah, and there is a variance. I mean, on our pictures here, it shows a variance between the sidewalk, which is really hot.
Really hot.
Like from, what'd you say, like 120
140 something?
Yeah. The pavement is, I mean, you know, the road surface is even worse. So what do you do?
Well, you want to try to either look at taking your doggies out early morning and still test that ground, or late in the evening. But high noon and even late afternoons, that's kind of deceiving. It's still really hot out there. And again, that's going to singe their pads. And it can also cause heat stroke. Also, you don't want to put the booties on for too long because, again, you're suffocating them because they're trying to breathe through the pads of their feet. So you want to make sure they have a lot of water and really just be considerate. And the fall festivals, the summer festivals, things that are going on with a lot of heat, you might want to take them out and walk around. But again, when they're standing on that, it's really doing some severe damage to them.
Oh, we have a dog who went through that.
Oh, yeah.
Pictures of him, and I mean, they're just seared, and it's serious, and they need some real special vet care to get over that. How do we know that our dogs are too hot? I mean, they're panting, but is that always mean they're too hot?
Well, that's what's kind of scary, is dogs are just hardcore. They're going to be there. They're going to do what their owners want of them. They're going to show up. So a lot of times it's very, very, we have to be extremely aware, and they might start breathing more heavily if they start to kind of stagger a little bit.
Then you're in
if
trouble.
they're laying down a little bit longer, yeah, you want to even feel their body temperature. Really look at all of those things. And yes, excessive panting.
And kind of check their feet. Can you see if their feet?
Well, you want to kind of see, I mean, how warm they are, and in comparison, again, feel that ground, because you don't want to take off your shoes and socks and wander along on the sidewalk.
No,
you
that's
wouldn't want to stand on the asphalt.
That's a very good test.
Absolutely.
You start walking barefoot, you see how it feels, and then you know if your dog, because their feet are about as sensitive as ours are as well.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so those doggies out there can have problems. So again, early evening, morning,
late evening, early mornings. The grass, definitely the softer areas. But again, the dog park, when they're running around and you're sitting in the shade, think about why you're sitting in the shade. They shouldn't be running around out there because it's just too hot. And they aren't going to be able to come up to you and tell you, hey, I'm not feeling too well. They're going to go and go, and you can't, they're not also going to be able to tell you, hey, I should probably drink some water. So those things are incumbent upon us.
Be very, very careful with your doggies that way. Lots of water, maybe even booties for a short amount of time, and if you have to go out. Thank you, Meagan Gibson.
Absolutely, thank you,
our animal advocate. Knows what to do in these hot summer temps. Those hot dog feet, got to take care of those. Okay, more fun right here, Arizona Daily Mix.